Welcome to Calcutta Races Monsoon Meeting, 5th day, Tuesday, 30th July 2019 race preview. We move on to the first race, which is the Supernova Handicap, to be run over a distance of 1600 meters. We're looking at number 1, Stormfront. Just had one outing this monsoon meeting in race number 8 over 1200 meters, and quite an eye-catcher that was for Stormfront. Was fifth till it turned for home, and then gradually gained places on the outside and gave a very strong run to the eventual winner of that race. That was Millennium Glory, and just finished a short head second was Stormfront. Number 2 will be Expensive Affair. Expensive Affair's last outing was in the winter in race number 201 over 1400 meters, where Expensive Affair finished on 9th after all efforts, and the winner of that race was Perpetual Winning. Number 3 will be Murakami. Declaration of War to Fame stars. Murakami just had one outing in the winter season in race number 192 over 7 furlongs, and that was quite an impressive run by Murakami. Came up with a real rattle and went on to win that race by a nose by beating Shivalik side. Number 4 will be Seven Step. Seven Step's last outing was in race number 203 in the winter over a mile, where Seven Step travelled 5th till it turned for home, gradually gained a couple of places and finished on board to finish on 3rd, and the eventual winner of that race was Dusha. Number 5 will be Yuvan. Yuvan's had one outing this monsoon meeting in race number 17 over 1400 meters, where Yuvan finished on 7th, and the eventual winner of that race was Marbella. We move on to the second race, which will be the Contralto Handicap. But no whip race to be run over a distance of 1100 meters. We're looking at number 1, Alien. Has had two outings this monsoon meeting. Finished off the board both its outings. Last one being in race number 10 over 1100 meters, where Alien finished on 9th. And the eventual winner of that race was Astoria. Number 2 will be Moira. Oath out of Tampico's Moira's had two outings in this monsoon meeting in race number 1 and race number 19 respectively, and finished on 4th in its last outing. Quite an eye-catcher that was by Moira, and the eventual winner of that race was Aftershock. Number 3 will be Glorious Run. Glorious Run's had one outing this monsoon meeting in race number 20 over 1100 meters, where Glorious Run finished right at the back end of the field to finish on 8th out of 9 runners, and the eventual winner of that race was Mr. Fox. Number 4 will be Shunaya's Pet. Shunaya's Pet had an absolute blind of a start of the season in race number 2 over 1100 meters. Absolutely blew the field away and went on to win it by 4 lengths. And then simultaneously ran in race number 15, which is its last outing of 1100 meters. Was not impressive that day. Finished on 5th, I beg your pardon, and the winner of that race was Shimmering Star. Number 5 will be Artiste Royale. Artiste Royale's last outing was this monsoon meeting in race number 7. That is its only outing, and finished on 5th was Artiste Royale. And also in the same race we had number 9, Jorel, who finished on 3rd after much efforts. And the eventual winner of that race was Marigold, who won it by 1 3/4 lengths. Number 6 will be Murdification. Murdification's had one start this monsoon meeting in race number 13 over a mile, that's 1600 meters, and Murdification finished on 6th out of 7 runners, and the eventual winner of that race was Constance. Number 7 We're looking at Hurricane Storm. Hurricane Storm's last outing was in the winter in race number 204 over 1100 meters, where Hurricane Storm finished on 8th after much efforts. Also in the same race, we had number 8 Amaranthus, who finished one behind to finish on 9th, and the winner of that race was Lugano. We move on to the third race, which is the Anticipator Plate, to be run over a distance of 1200 meters. We're looking at number 1 Atom. Has had two outings in the winter season and finished on board in both its outings. Last one being in race number 142 over 1400 meters, where Atom finished on third, and the winner of that race was Trafalgar. Now running its first run in the monsoon meeting and running 200 meters less. Might be there in the finish as Atom. Number 2, we're looking at Botswana Star. Botswana Star had one outing this monsoon meeting in race number 9 over 1200 meters, where Botswana Star finished on 5th after much efforts, and the winner of that race was Incendio, that is stablemate. Number 3 will be Script. Script's last outing was in the winter in race number 200 over 1400 meters, where Script finished on third. And also in the same race, we had number 5, Vanuatu, who finished right at the back end to finish on 11th, and absolute no show by Vanuatu. And also in the same race, we had number 8, Abenaki, who finished on 5th. And the eventual winner of that race was Roxa, who came up with a strong run on the outside and went on to win it by 1 length. Number 4 will be Valeria. Valeria has had one outing in the winter season in race number 119 over 1100 meters. Win legend out of Integral is Valeria. Finished on an impressive third. Got tightened for room in the final stages, but found its spot and finished on a very close third was Valeria, behind the winner, that was Night of Thunder. Number 6 will be Tia Queen. Tia Queen's had one outing this monsoon meeting in race number 14, and quite an impressive one that was, as Tia Queen finished a length and a quarter behind the winner, that was Asmita that day. Number 7 will be Girl with Dreams. Girl with Dreams' last outing was in the winter in race number 187 over a mile, where Girl with Dreams finished on 5th out of 5 runners, and the winner of that race was Trafalgar, who was too good that day. We move on to the fourth race, which will be the Active Asset Handicap, to be run over a distance of 1200 meters. We're looking at number 1, Bang Bangs, had one start this monsoon meeting in race number 17, who finished on 6th and travelled very wide in the final stages of the race. Also in the same race, we had number 7, that is Diamond Harbour, who finished on an impressive third, and the winner of that race was Marbella. Number 2 will be Millennium Glory. Millennium Glory's had one start this monsoon meeting and a good start. Went on to win it by short head. Was start to finish essay was Millennium Glory, and just about held on in race number 8 over 1200 meters. Also in the same race, we had number 4, Tomorrow Forever, who finished on 7th. Never know, Millennium Glory might just be at the thick of things this afternoon. Number 5 will be Iconia. Iconia has had one start this season in race number 1 in the opener over 1100 meters, and quite an eye catcher that was. So Iconia travelled very wide and finished on 4th was Iconia, and the winner of that race was Next Star. Number 6 will be Bacardi. Bacardi's had two starts this season. Won its first start in race number 6 over 1200 meters and simultaneously finished on second in race number 19 over the same distance and was unlucky, just fell short by a nose, was Bacardi. Or winner of that race was Aftershock. And never know, Bacardi, in the form that he is, can just do it again. The same race we had number 8, Uncrowned King, who finished on 5th. We're looking at number 9, Prince of Heart. Prince of Heart's last outing was in the winter in race number 207 over 1400 meters, where Prince of Heart gave a tough fight towards the rail side and finished a length behind the winner, that is City Heights, and Prince of Heart managed to finish on second. Number 10 will be Mrs. Willy-Nilly. Mrs. Willy-Nilly's last outing was over 1200 meters in the winter season in race number 198, where Mrs. Willy-Nilly came up with a good run but fell short by 2 and a quarter lengths and finished on second was Mrs. Willy-Nilly, and the winner of that race was Baglioni. Number 11 will be Artificial. Artificial's had one start this season in the monsoon meeting in race number 15 over 1100 meters, where Artificial finished on board to finish on third, and the winner of that race was Shimmering Star, who went on to win that race by 2 3/4 lengths. We move on to the fifth race, which should be the Great Tribute Cup, the feature of the day, to be run over a distance of 1400 meters. We're looking at number 1, Dungle. Dungle's had two starts this season, finished on board to finish on third in its first outing. Last outing being in race number 12 over 1400 meters, where Dungle finished right at the back end to finish on 11th. And also in the same race, we had number 2, Fantasia, who finished on 8th. And the winner of that race was Airlift, who sprung a surprise and won that race by 2 1/4 lengths. Number 3 will be Devotion. Devotion's last outing was in race number 208 over 1400 meters in the winter season, and Devotion, after much efforts, gave a close fight and finished just a long neck behind the winner. That was Sheer Force, and Devotion settled for second. Number 4 will be Jayavant. Win legend out of Validate is Jayavant. Last outing being in the winter season in race number 133 over a mile, where Jayavant was travelling second till it turned for home and then gradually took over the running and went on to win that race by 3/4 of a length by beating Top Notch. Number 5 will be Summerhill. Summerhill's had one start this monsoon meeting in race number 16 over 1100 meters, and Summerhill was travelling 8th till it turned for home and then gradually gained places on the very wide outside and finished on third, and the winner of that race was Malana, who won that by 3 1/4 lengths. Number 6 will be Kantai. Kantai's last outing was in race number 5 this monsoon meeting over 1200 meters, where Kantai travelled 5th till it turned for home, gradually gained places and finished on second and settled for that position behind the winner. That was the Kiss. We move on to the sixth race, which will be the Mandolin Handicap, to be run over a distance of 1400 meters. Number 1 will be Shivesh. Shivesh's last outing was in the winter in race number 181 over 1400 meters, where Shivesh finished on second after much efforts, and the winner of that race was Breeze of the South, who went on to win that race by 2 3/4 lengths. Number 2 will be Rufus. Rufus's last outing was in the winter over 1400 meters, where Rufus finished on 4th towards the inside, and the winner of that race was stablemate Oakbrook, who went on to win that race by about a length. Number 3 will be Poet. Poet's last outing was this monsoon meeting in race number 18 over 1200 meters, and Poet travelled very wide of the track in the final stages, but the absolute no-show there was Poet. Finished on 8th out of 9 runners, and the winner of that race was Perpetual Winning. Number 9, I beg your pardon, number 4 will be Rule Down Under. Rule Down Under's last outing was in race number 202 over a mile in the winter season, where Rule Down Under finished on right at the back end to finish on 12th out of 12 runners. Also in the same race, we had number 5, Midnight Phantom, who finished one ahead to finish on second last. That was 11th, and the winner of that race was Pothos. Number 6 will be Malana. Malana has had one start this monsoon meeting in race number 16 over 5.5 furlongs, and quite an impressive outing that was by Malana, and an absolute opener of the season. Went on to win that race by 3.25 lengths by beating Next Star. Number 7 will be Tweedledee. Tweedledee's just had one start this monster meeting in race number 12 over 1400 meters, where Tweedledee finished on third. Trill travelled fifth till it turned for home, gradually took over the running, and then simply faded back to finish on third. Also in the same race, we had number 9, Ashna, who warmed up pretty late to finish on an eye-catching second, 2.25 lengths behind the winner. That was Airlift. Number 8 will be Advika. Advika's last outing was in the winter season in race number 96 over 2,400 meters, where Advika finished on 7th, and the winner of that race was the Super Wonder filly, Adjudicate, who went on to win it by 9.25 lengths. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and once again, hope to see you tomorrow at the races.